Hi everyone, my name is Andy Chitak. I am still technically a junior at Concordia University. My major is educational studies with an adaptive ed minor, which means I want to become a paraprofession when I graduate. And working with the Bethesda College students this fall semester of 2015, it really opened my eyes to view the world of the special needs students to a broader sense of commitment on my part. While working with the Bethesda College students in the Ed 47 with Dr. Watia, I worked as both the teacher and the student. And as the teacher, I I taught lessons that would help with the students' academic, social, and behavioral aspects in life, and I also worked with helping them with just basic life skill needs like how to communicate with other people and how to do laundry and that kind of simple tasks. And as a teacher, I one of the main focus I taught with them is all about time management or how to effectively manage their times better because I know that students with disabilities have troubles with managing their time. So with the activity that we did, we had me and my other teacher partner, we had different scenarios in which we had the students place in order of things that they would do first, second, third, etc. in a certain situation, and we, we had them explain why a certain step would go when. And then the other activity that me and my teacher partner worked on is an activity called the seesaw activity, where we had the students come up with different actors or politicians or famous people who also have a disabilities. And in this activity, the word seesaw is an acronym where each letter stands for a category. For example, the first S meant a famous scientist who had a disability. Then the E stood for an entertainer. The A stood for an artist. The second as a sports figure. The A for an advocate, and then the W for a writer. So for these for this activity, we just wanted to show the Bethesda students that they're not the only ones in this world who either currently have or who has had a disabilities in their lifetime. We want to show them that there are others who are in the same boat as them. So we just wanted to make the Bethesda College students feel more accepted of who they are and just to be able to get more involved in daily activities and community and whatnot. And so, and as a student, when I was a student, I I rotated around the stations with one or two of the Bethesda students to the different stations, and I would I would both participate in the activity, whatever it was, and I would help the students to try and guide them to the right answer, or to just help them with the activity if any other students would need help. So I just think that is a great way to try to help the students to become more engaged in the activity rather than just sitting back and just letting the quote unquote teacher do the job and not have the student do anything. Excuse me. Um, I do believe that while teaching, even when I was a student, I think this whole idea of doing the activities with the Bethesda students was a really great experience, and not just for me or the students in the 487 class, but also for the Bethesda students, because as I said, it's hard for the students to be able to get active in campus activities and even further community activities. I believe that with the activities that we had the students do, it really shows that one, that the students are able to express how they feel at times and know what they would need to do or should do in a certain time depending on the activity that they were working with. And so it's just a great big idea of to take what was learned and taught in the activities and apply them to the real life situations. And as for me, the Bethesda College students have helped me to learn that since I want to become a teacher, more specifically a paraprofession, I I realized working with the Bethesda students that teaching is never as easy as one might think. So working with the students, it really gave me an eye-opening experience of knowing that each student is unique in their own way, whether the student believes so that or not. So and and so we just had to, as teachers, we just had to be able to know and quickly learn to know that, as I said, not every student learns the same, and for the matter of fact, not every student is the same. Period. But we just need we just need to realize that, and we need to be able to think on our feet and know what we need to do every minute and every second of teaching so that the students are able to get the best education as possible that they can. And the another thing I learned about working with the Bethesda students is that each teacher, whether it's a actual teacher or a para, we need to be able to get to know each student on a personal level, because tying back into what I said before, if we know the students on a personal level, then teachers and parents will be able to know what they need to do to be able to change the curriculum, or change an activity or whatever, to be able to make the lesson as meaningful as possible in the classroom, so that the students are able to get the best education as possible. And I think that I think that working in the small groups with the Bethesda students is beneficial for both the Bethesda students and the students in the class, because the reason why it's beneficial for the students like me is because it it demonstrates a real life, like, classroom scenario of how do I engage every student, and how do I keep their attention, and how am I able to take the activities and lessons that I create and apply them to the real life situations of the Bethesda, Bethesda students, for them to be able to apply to their lives. And so for students like me, it's a real nice example of how teaching actually feels, and how engaging it is to be able to work with students with disabilities, and is important, or it's beneficial for the Bethesda students, because it it can really give a chance of first to for the students to be able to show us as a to be teachers what they are capable of doing, and what they still need help with, because I know that from past experience working with the Bethesda students and other students with disabilities, that obviously they're not going to be perfect, just like anybody else, including myself. So I just believe that having these small group activities really helps the Bethesda College students to be able to show others what they're capable of doing, and what they still need to learn about, and also to be able to help them apply what they're being taught, and apply it to real life scenarios, as I mentioned several times so far. But that's one of the key things about teaching students with disabilities, is to be able to know that they're learning the information, and that they know how they could apply to their lives when they go through the school and through the community. And I think having the Bethesda College program on campus at Concordia is really beneficial for both Concordia students and the Bethesda students, and I believe is important for the Bethesda students, because for them it can really help them to learn how how does it feel to be more independent on themselves rather than having their parents always there with them helping. And I believe that with the independence comes better support, I guess, for them to be able to interact with friends and classmates and roommates they're so that they would be able to grow stronger in their relationships as friends with other students throughout their education and when they graduate and get into the real world situations. And I also believe that this is beneficial for the Bethesda students because it just plain simple, it gives them an opportunity to be able to have them feel accepted because it seems like in our society today there's a lot of people who just automatically are quick to judge others no matter if a person would have a disability or not. So with the Bethesda students on campus, it it can really help the BC students to increase their self-esteem to know that yes they are accepted even though they might not think they are, but they still are. And so it just helps them to realize that there are good people in the world here since with with watching the Bethesda students interaction with others, I've noticed that they they are easy to talk with and they're really approachable and they're really approachable to other students outside of the Bethesda College community. So it's just a great way for them to feel accepted and to be able to know that there are nice people around here. And I also do believe that the BC students are learning as much as the Concordia students. And I say this because just like any other student, they too are dealing with homework and projects and stress with friends and families and anything else that might come up in life. So and with them being on campus, as I said, gives them a real life experience of what it's like to be accepted and know that there are others who will support them no matter what. So and going along with that of knowing that there are people who care about them, I have over the last 2 years I've seen them. I have realized that they are not shy at all. Even towards the beginning of seeing them on campus, they are really easy to talk with, as I said, And even without anyone telling them to, they can easily go up to somebody and be able to just start a random conversation with somebody else because they have learned first how to start a conversation, and second to know how to tell a real friend compared to a fake friend. And so they're really learning about the social and interactive stage probably as much or even more than the Concordia student population, including myself, because I I have troubles starting conversations with people. So, but it's overall, I just found this these small group activities with the Bethesda College students to be a real eye opener, and not just for me, but I think I can say for everyone else. I think it was a real eye opener for the whole entire class, and also going beyond that for the whole entire Concordia population, just because of who the students are and their friendly personalities and their interactions. So I would highly suggest, and I would love to see this happen, but I would highly suggest that other campuses, whether it be a big or small campus, to really consider them to include a program, whether it be Bethesda or any other program, that who serves to serve students with disabilities, to be able to have the students with disabilities feel more accepted. In that case, I thank you for my time and hope everyone has a great day.